shadowy figure. It strides along behind him, mere steps away at every moment. You might say it's just a shadow, but look at where the light is coming from. His shadow should be stretching along the ground, not following him like that. So if not his shadow, what is that? A ghost? A monster? Or worse?
I'm gonna say something extremely controversial. And you know, depending on where you stand when it comes to anime and weebs, you might take this different. That is not a ghost, it's not a shadow, it's a stand. That's right, from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it's a stand. Somehow caught on camera, we know it, they know it. They're walking around with some crazy superpower embodied by a figure behind them, and they're going to find more stand users and pose to their heart's content before beating the ever-loving crap out of each other. That's not scary, that's just sick.
What is this job?
Nuggets? Did she say nuggets?
Holy
She's gonna go Super Saiyan.
What's going on? Did you like get burnt by your apple pie or something?
dude, I have no idea. Alright, we need to call the police. This is out of control.
What did she hit the window with at the end? What'd she get? I didn't see that. Oh my goodness. So she starts off screaming about nuggets. Then she said she's gonna go Super Saiyan, and then she does. She got back into her car just to give her a little bit of extra time to really power up. I mean, the more you scream, the stronger you get, right? Man, they do not get paid enough at whatever fast food restaurant this is. I'm assuming it's a McDonald's because you mentioned apple pie. They do not get paid enough to deal with this. I'd say when somebody starts banging on the window like that, you're like, okay, my shift is over. You walk away, that's it. You're getting minimum wage, you don't need to deal with that. You don't need to risk the broken glass flying into your face. Just take a Big Mac, walk out into the dining room, and pretend you're just another customer. It's fine. Displaying this horrifying performance. Oh, he's got a light in the mask. Yeah, I mean, he somehow made it onto this gated property and knows they've got a security camera. I feel like if anybody has a security camera, you have to expect somebody's gonna mess with it. I've actually had the urge to do so before. Like, you walk by and you see like somebody's got a camera up and then like a sign that says like you're being watched. Like, I have like a big urge to like walk up onto their porch and just like whip in front of it, you know? Like, just the worst possible thing. So I mean, there's only like a couple steps from like that urge to the urge to put on a clown costume and go and do the same thing. And I think really like there's not that big of a difference in the minds of people. So maybe that's me on that video. You don't know for sure. It very well could be. Maybe I blinded myself with the LED lights in my mask in front of somebody's gated home. Although there was an American flag in the background, and as you know, I'm a Canadian lad.
Missy Beavers, a 45-year-old fitness coach, was found murdered at the Creekside Church of Christ in Midlothian around 5 a.m. She was at church preparing for her morning fitness class. Here we see her murderer hunting her inside the church.
Oh my goodness. That is a terrifying piece of security footage. The fact that they kind of like they have that footage of this person literally stalking this woman through a church of all places as she's just getting ready for a fitness class. I mean, it's gotta be premeditated, right? Like, nobody just walks into a church expecting to kill the only person in there. And they're in Midlothian, which sounds like a fake place. Like, Midlothian sounds like something you would find in a D&D campaign or like somebody's knockoff of Lord of the Rings. But apparently a real place where murderers enter churches with the express purpose of killing fitness instructors.
Now, normally when burglars break into a home, they're in and out in maybe 2 to 3 minutes because they don't want to get caught by the cops. But in this case, there's not only one alleged burglar, but a second guy who walks in. He's got a laptop and some other things, and they don't seem to have a care in the world. It's like they're shopping or something. They're not worried about police. They don't appear to be worried about the neighbors who may be next door hearing all of this. They're just taking their time. Do you know who they are?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. Like, I've never seen these guys before. I like how this is edited, where the man is literally like participating in the robbery. Like, he walks in through the door, he's like, hey guys, like, look at these robbers in this house. Isn't it crazy how I'm about 4 feet away from them, just watching them do all this? It seems like they're shopping. I'm not doing anything to stop them. Like, I think that's like a lot of effort to like, you know, like key in this man so he looks like he's like participating in this crime. Do you think the guy actually said jackpot? I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, in her PJs. I don't know, that's pretty confident for a woman in PJs. I'd say I see somebody in like a full coat and like a mask breaking into my car. I don't know if the first thing I would do is run out at them. I think maybe like grab some sort of weapon first, get some backup, but like hopping out in your night clothes, middle of the night, totally unarmed. I mean, she scared him off. Maybe she was like totally ripped and I can't see it from this far away. Like maybe she's got like rippling muscles underneath those pajamas, but that is a scary experience, especially like in your own home, to know that somebody is so bold as to just walk right up to your Jeep Cherokee and flip the door open and just rummage around inside. That's insane. What? What just happened? I need more context than that. He walks into the room, you hear shuffling noises. I am 99% sure somebody inserted that screaming no after the fact, because most security cameras don't have sound. And also, it didn't sound like it fit with the rest of the scene. All we get is no. He comes flying out. Oh man, do you think it was a ghost, or do you think like just somebody in that room was like a former like collegiate wrestler and just grabbed him by the freaking shoulders and threw him full force?
Oh my god! What is this? Oh my god! Oh! Oh my god!
Yeah, that's the correct reaction, I think. What is this? And then back up. Don't even bother trying to get closer. I feel like a lot of people in videos like this would be like, I need to get closer, I need to get out of the car and like interrogate this person. Hey, what are you doing? And then boom, they're in the car with you and your head's on backwards. Oh. Hold on, oh my. Oh. Where'd you go? Obviously causing some major distress in this person. They were flipping and flopping in their bed. You need a heavier comforter, my dude. I think it would be, you'd be a lot less prone to violently thrashing in bed if you just had a heavier blanket on, you know? Maybe it's really hot where you're at, I don't know. There's two options here. The boy was blurry, or the thing was blurry. Was it blurred by whoever uploaded the footage to make sure that it was unrecognizable, or like a curse was not transferred? Or is it actually blurry? Does it actually appear in the footage as a blurry figure? Either way, pretty freaky that it shows up and immediately causes this person to have probably the most intense night terrors of their entire life. Excuse me? Oh, no. So where are we right now? We're like in this big empty room, like literally nothing in it except for a little metal frame bed. Somebody's asleep, and then this ghoul appears and takes something. Did the ghoul take their soul? Did they eat their dreams? Did they remove some memories? Like if so, like I'd like that ghoul to visit me sometime, you know, and just like pull something from my head. We'll see if it changes the way that I live my life. But I just want to know where we are. I feel like if you're gonna sleep in a place like this, like you're probably more vulnerable to ghoul attacks for many reasons. Oh, hello. They're running. What are they running from? So was he an angel? That's what I took away from that. Like the halo flashed for a second, and I think when the halo flashed, the angel that has taken human form to live amongst living people figured it was you know, the jig was up. It was time to run. There's no reasoning with people once they think you're an angel. You got to get out of there, or else they're gonna swarm you and like demand blessings and be like, yo, you got to tell God, like, I need that PS5. Like my little brother, you know, he wants to ride in a Ferrari. Tell God, you know, please give me stuff. Uh-oh, homie. What? Oh, come on. This is like something off the CW. This is like, this is like a scene out of like Supergirl or something. Like this is, that was so cheesy. I'm sorry. Like the fact, like it feels like it's like something off of like daytime TV. This is like when I watched Doctor Who as a child, you know, and you caught it on sci-fi. Like, and not like even the newest episode, like something from 10 years back. Okay. Hot start. Excuse me? Yeah, okay. Again, this is like a superhero origin story for cable TV. It's cool, like it's a cool effect. I like it, but I mean, come on. Come on! You can't sell this as what it isn't. This is like the beginning to a short film. This is somebody's little pet project. This is a pitch for a TV show about this super fast guy who just loves convenience store ice cream.
And a lot of people come out at the anniversary of that every year to watch and see if they can see the ghost train at around 3 o'clock in the morning.
And this year was no exception. A group of 10 to 12 came to this bridge in hopes of seeing and hearing the ghost train. But they were met by a real train coming down this track. You have to remember, it was pitch black out here with nowhere to go. The only option was down the 75-foot bridge.
This woman who was with the group didn't want to be identified, but she says she watched in horror from the bottom of the bridge.
I believe it. They fell really far. I mean, that was a heck of a drop, and they shouldn't have been out there.
The train hit and killed 29-year-old Christopher Kaiser. A woman injured herself after falling off the embankment. It's unclear why they did not see the lights from the train or hear it. But what is clear after years of ghost hunting near the bridge.
This is the first fatality or injury we've had.
Now, investigators admit they too have witnessed odd things around this anniversary. The crossing line.
Wow. So they were out looking for a ghost train, and then they were hit by a real train. And that girl that jumped survived. And did you see how far that was? That was a far, oh man, I can't even imagine that. Like, I have chills, like I'm holding on to myself because that's creepy. And yeah, how did they not see the lights and hear the sound of the train coming at them? That doesn't really make sense to me, unless the ghost was doing something paranormal and was like making sure they don't see the train. I don't know, just saying, that's creepy. Little kitty, oh, 2 kitties, unless that's a ghost cat. was a ghost cat. I was making a joke, but it was a ghost cat. Oh, wow. Yeah, I could see it. It kind of just like appeared out of nowhere. That's kind of creepy. But also, okay, little story time. I had a friend that would see his dead cats and they would haunt his apartment. So I think this is like a real thing where cats, after they die, they come back and they're still around, because he literally would like see his cat on his bed and then it would disappear. So it's pretty creepy.
If there are any spirits present here, can you give us a sign that you're here? Yeah, you can definitely tell this was like an old man's place, or like at least an old couple, you know? Yeah. It's like all sorts of old.
Watching it closely in slow motion, what did I miss? Is that just a person that walked by? Oh yeah. Oh, never mind, it's a figure that crawls by. Well, the old man doesn't want to be seen, so he's trying to like crawl away. He's like, oh shoot, they're here. Okay, I'll just crawl away. Oh wait, I'm a ghost. They can't see me, but he's still crawling away. Yeah, probably that. Or it's the old lady, like you said, definitely an old person though. Or maybe, I don't even know. I need a Keegan. There's not much to say about that one, but I agree, it definitely was an old person, because the like, look at the old curtains and the way they decorated that place. Also, that mirror is beautiful, but I bet it's cursed. That giant mirror that was in their hallway.
Buildings.
Oh my lord.
Maybe we could scare them out, but there's like podiums in
Got a
here.
shiver.
Oh god, it came right in front of me.
That was really loud. What is it? What is it?
Oh my god, that scared the f out of me.
Yeah, it scared the-
Why are there bats everywhere we go now? This fucking goddamn state's spookiest.
Go check that out.
Fucking rabbiters.
What is going on? That was creepy. It says we're together. What was that like popped out at the beginning? I didn't even see it because all I heard was woof in my ear. I feel like it's the sound effects that are more scary than half of these videos. Literally, and when this video started, I got a shiver. Can we have a little replay of when I went?
Buildings.
Oh my lord. I shivered. A little instant replay. That creeped me out. I don't know what they're exploring or what that thing at the end was. Like at first I thought it was a bathtub in the middle of the field. It's not a bathtub. Or maybe it's like a tombstone or something, but then it's like, we're together. So that's when you know to get the hell out of there, okay? Whew, I didn't like that one. God, and I'm deaf now. That was so loud.
Getting a female voice, and I smell perfume right here.
What?
Whoa.
What?
Whoa! I seen something.
When they freak out, I freak out. I don't know what they saw, but I bet it was something scary with that reaction. That was terrifying. It was probably the old lady playing tricks with them, because he said that he can smell perfume. And like that's how you know when a spirit is near. If all of a sudden like it gets cold or you can smell someone's perfume. So someone was clearly there. And then I don't know what it did. It like pulled his leg or something.
No one's checked into that room, correct? John, just wait. We're gonna get a hold of the police, so.
Police?
I would wait for the police, John.
John's not gonna wait for the police. No, why would he?
Amy, John's gonna enter the room real quick, just to check, make sure, see what's going on.
John's stupid.
Wait one.
And that's how you die in horror movies.
John, are you there?
Say something, John.
Okay, Amy, John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind. no one's in there, but that all of the furniture's been turned upside down and the hold on. He says the carpet's been ripped up and that the shower is on, but nobody's in there.
That's terrifying. And I don't know if you saw, but like when John went in there, a white figure exited right before the lights flicked on and off. I saw that. But that's so creepy how he went in there and all of a sudden the furniture is upside down and the carpet's ripped up. Yeah, that's something evil in there. It's probably like on the 13th floor, room 13. John is stupid. John is probably cursed. He's probably possessed. He probably went home and was possessed.
Raina, they can't keep her head on. Goes left, goes right. She's got real hair, real eyelashes. The lady that dropped her off, her name's Joy. We believe that Joy's passed away. And Joy left this doll here, said she would return for her.
I wonder
the
why
museum
she didn't
stores
return
a
for
lot
it.
of the more unsettling items down there. One item specifically was a barber chair, and they said that people have sat in the chair, it's vibrated, they've heard voices, and felt breathing on their neck.
Hold your hand on there. Don't be afraid. We're not here to harm you. We're here just to communicate with you. Come on, you can do better than that. You can do better
He's
than
doing
that.
it.
Come on. Who's in this room right now?
House. That's in your house.
It literally said Paps and he's wearing a hat that says Paps. Yeah, there's a ghost in there. Also, I love how that guy like left and he's like, told you it's haunted. I told you. Also, at the beginning, it said that the doll had real hair and eyelashes. Yeah, that's probably why it's cursed and why its owner didn't want to come back and pick it up. So, just saying, maybe don't make dolls out of real people's hair.
That was weird. Something just walked right in front of us.
Are you serious?
Almost as if it came out of this room right here.
That close?
Right to the staircase. It was, boom, right in front of it. So, I mean, we can stop and look at it. if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Yeah.
Let's see it. Oh!
Did you see that?
I saw it. It's like a ghost or something that walked by there. I don't know what that was. That's pretty creepy. No, I'm literally like sweating right now. I don't like these videos. Like, ugh, I feel like there's something behind me too. That's too much. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Hope you like these scary ghost encounters. Which one did you think was the creepiest? Because honestly, that doll with real human hair, with its head not on. Also, yeah, why was its head not on? Pretty creepy, not gonna lie.
It looks like Chad is just moving into a new house, and now the fun begins. It's time to explore it. Inside a closet,
That's kinda cool.
he finds a ladder-like stairwell leading into a secret hidden room.
It's not really secret.
As he crawls in, you find that it doesn't look like any old attic, unfinished with cobwebs and stacked with unruly odds and ends. Instead, the attic looks well finished with wooden walls, light fixtures, and a nice clean space. It's like a sauna but air conditioned, Chad says. It does in fact look like a sauna.
Oh.
The room is rather large, with all wooden walls, and even a couple of wooden benches.
I'm kind of into that. Like, I feel like that's just like a little bonus in your house if you find something
Right?
like that.
That's like a chill spot. Just hang out there. Maybe it's like a little panic room.
Yeah.
But it does look like a sauna.
It's got big sauna vibes, but it's air conditioned, which is strange. Like, I would fiend having a sauna like upstairs in my house.
Wow.
Although I feel like having a sauna in your house like means that it'd be like very like moist all the time.
Yeah, mold would just be.
I was worried at first that it was gonna be like a murder room or something.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
what I thought too.
But, like,
And then
it's
I'm like,
all
oh,
wood.
it's a little
Like,
clean in there.
It's wood. Like, you can't like get blood out of wood if
No.
you spill a bunch.
Yeah, exactly. Unless they murdered someone in there and then they newly renovated it.
That was how they. Okay, interesting theory. That's a lot of carpentry for a cover up.
True.
But that's that's how you get away with it, is the extra effort you put in.
True, you know.
Oh no.
That was all in that? All of that?
This is like a bunker?
That's so cool. Oh, it's massive.
Holy Holy smokes. Oh, they're ready. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Is this like a doomsday bunker?
It's like, this feels like a doomsday bunker, but all those like articles and stuff on the wall makes me feel like it's like a serial killer's den. Like it's like this is where they like plan their murders.
Uh-oh.
They put the little strings between the people and like circle stuff.
Oh my god. Yeah, I saw that too and I'm like, what's on the wall?
Mhm.
Like it's not that old because the paper looks fine, so
fresh.
why is it abandoned? Or
Yeah.
maybe it's not.
Maybe it's not abandoned.
Maybe it's
Maybe it's meant to look abandoned. So when you enter, you're like, oh, nothing to see here.
Oh, look at all these boxes. Looks like a piece of crap. I'll just head
Dang.
out. No,
See you
go
later.
around. That is massive. I can't get over how big that was. Like it just kept going.
It's enormous. Like it's like that little metal latch door. Like you would assume it'd be like a crawl space.
Exactly.
No.
No, it kept going.
Bunker. Like it's bigger than my house, man.
I want to know where this is. Like I want to know where that is.
It's
Is it in
underground.
someone's basement?
It's underground.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's underground. Yeah, obviously. But like where?
Tell us.
And how'd they find it?
Tell us where this secret place is.
After cutting a giant hole into a concrete wall,
Why would they do that?
YouTuber Cyrex686 climbs through the hole to show us the secret room he's found beyond the wall. It's not big, but it is something, he says, noting that there's an unconnected pipe coming diagonal down the wall in the room. In one corner of the ceiling, there's a hook. At another point in the wall, another pipe juts out, but leads nowhere. A pile of wood is piled on the ground,
To start a
tied
fire?
with a
Yeah.
length of rope. The point of this secret room is unclear, whether it has no utility or some secret use.
How did they know that was there before they drilled
Honestly,
that
I have no
big
idea.
hole in?
Like it has to be like they must have been like walking around like the outside and like noticed like a weird protrusion or
Oh,
something
maybe.
and be like, what's behind there? Buried treasure?
But still, a lot of houses have those empty spaces where just pipes are.
Yeah.
I
But like
think
this doesn't seem like it has like just pipes though, because it's like it says it's connected to nothing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Connected to nothing?
There's
I-
not like those pipes that were coming in like were connected to nothing.
I don't know then. I think
Maybe it was like
something's
a
buried there.
like a bad renovation. Maybe there was like a smaller place there before, and they're like, we don't like this room.
And they just
Concrete
sealed
wall.
it up.
Boom.
They're like, we're just not gonna deal with it, and then just sealed it.
Oh, the fact that it's concrete, like it's not even like drywall or anything. It's
Yeah.
like literal like a slab of concrete. They must
Yeah.
be trying to like protect somebody from something. I bet you know what I bet it is? I bet you they sealed like a
Something in
spirit
there.
in there.
I was gonna
You
say
know?
that.
Like
They-
nothing with physical presence.
Yeah.
But like they
And now
sealed the
they just-
spirit, and now there's the spirit.
They just let it out. They're like, thank you.
And now he's like whoever cut this concrete hole, their wife is possessed.
Done.
That guy's going home to a possessed wife.
So you sort of push this thing open, kind of got to wiggle it carefully so it doesn't break.
It's not careful.
There you go. So my buddy Paul opens this up, and look what? No more curtain. Usually you just pulled the curtain, let that go, snapped up, and you can see on the inside there's now a window closed, locked. It seems like someone has been on the inside of the room and has closed it.
What?
So where are you? It looks like he's like looking out a window to the outside.
And then he says something about a curtain.
I guess there was a curtain there, and now it's gone. I'm very confused. So I'm assuming that like this is like there's like a room
I
beyond.
think behind the window, there's a room.
And there used to be a curtain there, and somebody has noticed that these
They're
people
like,
are here.
oh, let's remove the curtain. Oh wait, this window doesn't have a view to outside. Why can't they just smash it and see what's on the other side?
Because they don't want to
I don't-
cause a bunch of glass to go everywhere.
I don't get
know.
this one. I love how he's also like, you gotta be careful, and then he like starts shoving it. Like that's not careful.
Really careful. rips the handle off.
He says he doesn't know what's in it, but he wouldn't be surprised if there were raccoons or coyotes living there, as he's based in LA and they're not uncommon. He first politely knocks on the trap door, but unsurprisingly no one answers. Then he pulls the latch and opens the trap door. The phone's video goes blurry. A moment later, they open the door
At
again
night.
with a clear video and a flashlight. The door reveals a big pile of dirt with a plastic bottle on top and the interior structure of the house walls. I feel like there's rats and stuff in there, Wolfie says.
Probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Seriously, like what's in there?
It looks like just like a furnace room or like
Unfinished
a
crawl space.
Yeah,
They just
like
got
there's
lazy.
dirt. Like, you know, whoever the carpenter was in there just gave up, left their water bottle
Left their
behind, and
Gatorade
skedaddled.
there. They're like, need my electrolytes.
Yeah. Gotta stay hydrated when breathing all this dust. See you later.
All these rats.
Gotta fight all these rats. Gotta keep my energy up.
1960s, a Turkish man made a strange, shocking discovery about a wall in his home. Well, it wasn't a wall at all. It was actually a doorway that led to an underground city that had never before been discovered. The city was rather unusual because every single aspect of its prior inhabitants' culture revolved around remaining indoors. In fact, there were even rooms for cattle and livestock as well as food stores, all of which had been carved out of stone underneath this man's house. To this day, the city remains the largest underground complex to have ever been discovered,
right?
and it's currently open to visitors.
Turkish.
The city is believed to have been home to up to
Well, there's one in
20,000
Australia.
people and was likely built sometime between the 8th and 10th century.
So maybe like this is just like bigger than the Australian one.
I know that I did research on like the most isolated communities, and it was like
Oh, yeah.
underground, and it's because it's so hot that
Oh, yeah.
they just live underground.
Just
They have
decided
like
to, like, hide from the
libraries,
sun.
coffee shops.
Wow. I can't believe that they had cattle under there.
Right? Everything living
Can
underground.
you
That
imagine
could be
the
like
smell?
Oh,
They're all
probably
connected by
smells so
tunnels. You
bad.
just smell cow poop all the time.
Ew.
Yum.
But like,
Mm.
can you imagine if we lived underground? Like, there's just like nothing, and we're like solely underground.
That's honestly how like quarantine has kind of felt, to be honest. Like when I like at the beginning, way back when, especially with my broken ankle, that was just me indoors all
true.
day, every day.
Yikes.
I can imagine it. I can imagine it. Can you imagine though being a homeowner and then all of a sudden realizing that your home is
Like-
the entrance to an underground city?
City. That'd be so cool.
Like I think I would argue that that city is now yours. Like you are now like mayor of that city. Nobody can tell you anything.
But like, were people actually still? I guess people weren't actually living there.
No, I think it was like an ancient one. They were saying it was like between like the 10th century.
Actually a chance that, despite the footage being confirmed fake, the secret alien autopsy room may still be real.
Secret alien
Confirming this
autopsy
claim,
room?
Ray Santilli insisted in 2006 that while the footage was fake, it was a reconstruction of footage he had actually seen. According to his story, he had been shown the actual
Brendan
footage
Fraser?
of an actual dead
Look at
alien
him.
in an actual secret room back in 1992. Santilli was desperate to get the footage out to the real world, but disaster struck. The film naturally degraded.
Oh,
It
of
was
course.
utterly unwatchable. Only a
Classic.
few frames survived. Santilli knew that if he just told people he had seen the footage, nobody would believe him. They would want to watch the footage for themselves, but he had no footage.
So he recreated it.
Yes, he lost the original footage and then he recreated a one-to-one replica.
Replica of it. Kind of clever, but also,
I don't believe you, Santilli. I don't believe you.
is he telling the truth? We'll never know. We'll never know.
We'll never
but
know.
honestly, secret alien bunker or whatever, no autopsy room.
That is a great sentence. I don't think that like that might be like the top 10 coolest phrases of all time. Secret alien autopsy room.
Movie idea.
We're back to this.
We're back to it.
We're back to pitching movies. Come on, guys, throw some money at us. We need some producers, some Hollywood producers giving us money to make Secret Alien Autopsy Room.
Woo.
We can do it.
In October of 2006, Nikki Katsouras perished in a car crash at age 18 in Lake Forest, California. Katsouras had been driving her father's Porsche before losing control of the vehicle and colliding with a toll booth. The result of the crash was gruesome enough that Katsouras' parents were not asked to confirm her identity, but photographs of the scene were still taken, according to protocol. California Highway Patrol officers Aaron Reich and Thomas O'Donnell later admitted to leaking said photographs onto the internet by emailing them to friends. Despite the family's best efforts to remove them, photographs of the horrific Katsouras crash scene remain relatively easy to find on the internet to this day.
Yeah, I'm not Googling that.
I'm not.
I don't need to see
No, you could
a
see
young
even
person with their
through the
head
blurred
blown
image.
off.
Yeah, sure, head was detached. I'm grossed out that they would send it to their friends. Can you imagine them thinking that that's okay? Ugh.
I mean, it's probably just they're like all like police officers who have seen some stuff and they're just like, haha, just part of the job, right, boys?
Still, that's so horrific.
Yeah.
Oh man, and like even though it was blurred, you could still see.
You could
what
make it
is.
out, yeah.
You've heard of Jack the Ripper, but have you heard of the Rostov Ripper? If you haven't, don't Google him. The Rostov Ripper, also known as the Butcher of Rostov or the Red Ripper, was an active Soviet serial killer from 1978 to 1990. Yep, that's a 12-year spree for which the evil individual, Andrei Romanovich Chikatilo, eventually confessed to taking the lives of 52 people during this period.
Again, like anything that he narrates, I can't fully take seriously. Like when he was saying the guy's name, it didn't sound right. Chikatilo.
I know.
Oh, chills. Yeah, that's like. Oh, you got chills. You were handed some chills by chills.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I mean, he's doing his job then. This kind of stuff, like any serial killer stuff, like it's always like I'm torn. Like, do I want to Google it and learn more, and then like risk like seeing all of like the people that died and like potentially like crime scenes?
See, I've been there. I've done it.
You've been at a crime scene after a serial killer was there?
No. But I definitely Googled stuff for like most amazing top 10.
Oh yeah.
And I've definitely seen photos I shouldn't have seen from crime scenes, and now I just feel like I'm numb to it all.
Until you actually show up at one.
Until I actually show up and I'm like, ah!
Like you go and you see an apartment and you actually just like there's like a corpse there.
And then they'd be like, get this DNA away.
That's exactly what they would say. They would call it DNA.
Get it out of there. Get the DNA away.
Get that DNA out of here. We don't want to see it.
A body farm is a research facility where decomposition can be studied in a variety of settings.
That's a thing?
The aim is to get a better understanding of the decomposition process, permitting the development of techniques for extracting information
It's just blurred, yeah.
from human remains. Nicknamed the Body Farm, the research laboratory in Knoxville provides a unique opportunity for CSI teams to replicate murder scenes in the most realistic setting possible.
I mean, I guess you'd need to do that to get good at your job.
True, but that's hella creepy, especially with the name Body Farm.
Sounds like they're like creating human bodies, like just like
Yeah.
replicating cadavers.
Mutating them together.
Making it out of like Beyond Meat, you know, like sewing together like soy bodies.
Stuffing them. Ew.
Yummy.
No.
Because farm like implies like you're growing it to eat,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Not great. Not a great way to go by.
Cultivating. Oh no, I don't even want to finish that sentence.
Just imagine like knowing like, you know, like you gave up your body to science, like fantastic. But then like somehow, you know, you're in the afterlife, you're looking down, you're like, great, I'm a body farm body. All these CSI trainees gonna be poking me with sticks, leaving me out in the woods. Great.
Also, you see the cages that they're in, like
Yeah.
little chickens? That's what
Mhm.
freaked me out. How
It's-
they have a cage over them as if they're gonna just get up and move.
Well, it's like you would think that it was to keep things out, but I like that idea better, that it's gonna wake up and try to go away. It's a dangerous Google search.
Jiggers are small sand fleas that are found in sub-Saharan climates and are most prominent during the dry season. The jiggers are parasitic burrowers and are also known as chigo fleas. The parasite lives in soil and sand, but feeds on warm-blooded hosts like animals and humans. In humans, the parasites may burrow in the hands or feet.
Oh, I thought they were gonna say heads.
Ooh, I bet you there's been some found in heads too, though. If you're going to hands and feet, like there's not that much more flesh than you'd find like in a head. Maybe like the back and like the neck.
Still, no, I'm literally like itchy thinking about it.
Parasites are nasty. Although we did get the benefit of the blurred images.
Yeah, so we didn't actually, you know.
Because I think I've totally seen one burrow into somebody like while researching for other insect-related videos.
I've seen insect removals where they just remove the whole, and it's
Ooh,
just like,
yeah.
it's like huge. No thanks.
And then they eat it right away to get back at it as revenge. You take it out of your skin. You say you try to eat me, I eat you. Boom.
Gross.
Gotta make sure you crunch down real hard though, or else they'll burrow into
Stop
your belly.
it. Oh, can you imagine they like lay eggs in your intestines? No.
I don't want to imagine that. Fast food is convenient, cheap, and arguably tasty, but from time to time, consumers get a lot more than they bargained for, and we're not talking about extra curly fries. From weird animal parts to syringes.
They found that in hamburgers.
I mean, like, wouldn't fast food be like largely weird animal parts just ground up really tiny to start
That's what
with?
it is. There was something that I read which is like in like one hamburger, you're getting like 50 cows.
Yeah, oh yeah.
'Cause
Just like it's like a weird amalgamation.
And you just like mash, yeah. So it doesn't surprise me. Their product control is probably like 0 because they're like, just get it, come on.
Fast food, guys. It's fast all the way down the chain.
No.
Although a syringe, I feel, is hard to miss. You know, like if you're making a hamburger at your local A&W, I don't know how the person behind the counter is going to miss the syringe unless it's like a really tiny one.
I don't
like
know.
razor blades is one thing, like in Halloween candy, but a syringe in a hamburger?
Yeah, those are pretty big.
Like-
Unless they just mean like the tip of the needle, but still it's
That could
so
be.
dangerous.
Yeah.
And disgusting.
Either way, if you really want to know, this is a disease seen in children whose skin looks like plates of white skin separated by deep cracks. It's particularly sad because it affects newborns who are vulnerable to infection and they require constant care to protect their skin.
Oh, I've heard about this. And they need like a lot of lotion or else like their skin will literally crack open and bleed.
That is a lot of work to just be alive. Yeah, and they don't know what's going on. They just think that's what life is. They come out crying and then they don't stop crying because their skin just shatters.
It must burn. Like, I get a little chapped lip and I'm like, oh man, oh.
And then that chapped lip, but your whole body.
Your whole body.
Like waking up with like a split lip after you're like snoring all night. And then, but just take that and just
everywhere.
All of you.
Another unsolved case that will keep you up at night. This one occurred in Keddie, California in 1981. 4 lives were taken in cabin 28 of the Keddie Resort. A mother, her son, her daughter, and a friend. The daughter was not found at the scene, but was recovered 3 years later in Camp 18 in 1984. One of the other daughters discovered the scene after returning to the cabin from a sleepover.
Just the whole family wiped just like that.
That's crazy. Did they say it was an unsolved mystery? So they don't know.
I actually don't know if he said it was unsolved. Maybe we have to Google it. Maybe that's the
Now
caveat.
I want to try and figure this out. I'm Nancy Drew over here. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Don't you worry.
Keddie 28. And they said something about cabin 18. So like, did she like somebody else at the Keddie cabins was the killer and was never caught?
Maybe.
That's crazy.
Probably the concierge.
The concierge of the Keddie cabin killers was never caught.
Keddie cabin killer.
Keddie cabin killer.
Never caught.
Concierge?
3 times fast. Keddie cabin killer.
Just it sounds like you're gonna start to do like a Busta Rhymes rap. It's just garbage. Inside trash can. Don't Google inside trash can. You will see gross, garbage, stinky banana peels, rotten meats, empty cola bottles. Don't Google it. It's bad. You're gonna get people's half-eaten hamburgers, maybe a rat, a stinky rat, syringes, raccoons.
You never know.
You might get like when you eat an apple and it's just the core, you could see that and that's not tasty. Nope.
Man.
What else could you find inside a trash can? You might never know.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Ew. 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 You need to go see a dentist.
Yeah.
Ew!
It's larva!
Ew, it's bugs. That's what I was gonna say. It looks a little puffy.
I thought it was just raw.
I was gonna say, like, I literally wanted to like squeeze it because it looked puffy.
Ooh, no, why would you want to squeeze that?
Because it looks like there's something
Oh.
on his gums. It would just
No!
What is this? If you're searching for pictures of moth larvae, be careful not to accidentally type the word mouth.
Mouth!
Because then you'll get these images of mouth larvae. Stop it! Stop it! There's no sound and I'm whipping these off.
What kind of spider is that? No, it's an image for sure.
I'm just gonna.
Is that a huntsman? Is that a black widow? What is it? Oh, it is a huntsman.
Huntsman.
Yeah,
spider.
those are from Australia, eh?
Of course it is, eh?
Terrifying. Put some shrimps on the barbie and hope you don't get bit.
Oh my god. What if you just start roasting and then you start roasting that?
Right? Like you get your hand on the spatula on the grill and then spider just like jumps off your shoulder onto your hand. What do you do?
I feel like it would start screeching like in Harry Potter, you know, when he was torturing it. It's like, "Hey!" That's what it would do.
I mean, you could throw it on the grill and try to eat it.
Stop showing the pictures.
It'd be crunchy. It'd be hairy. It'd be so hairy.
There are a lot of creepy photos on the internet, but are they real? This photo is tied to the 1962 Halloween massacre,
It's a costume party that was said to go horribly wrong when the man wearing the black mask locked all the doors with the intent to kill everyone inside, and he began attacking people with a kitchen knife and ended up killing 7 people before escaping. And the man was never caught, but it's said the FBI has his discarded mask. And the photo is real, but the story the internet created around it is fake, since there was never any massacre on Halloween in 1962.
Oh, well, okay. The video was scary until she was like, the picture is real, but the story is fake. She's like, this massacre supposedly happened. This guy in the black mask locked all the doors and tried to kill all these people. The picture's real, but the story's fake. I'm like, okay, you made the video not scary anymore. Thank you for ruining it. You should just lie to me, tell me it's real. I love a scary story, but I'm glad no one died. But now this video is no longer scary. Truth be told, I didn't divorce my husband because of the countless photos of his mistresses. I divorced him because they weren't attached to a body. She found pictures of women's boobs on her husband's phone, but they weren't attached to their bodies. Therefore, her husband, who is now her ex-husband, cut them off. Or they what? He's a surgeon. He's probably a plastic surgeon, therefore they would never be on until he puts them on. Let's assume he's a plastic surgeon. He's probably just doing his job. And she's like, all these mistresses. But he's just like, that's his job. Oh no, you can't take pictures. He's a doctor. You can't take pictures. Or can you? I don't know. Anyway, keep the boobs where they're supposed to be. On the bod.
There's a bear in my room.
Oh, I hope her window's closed.
Close it.
Oh no, window's open. Oh, get out. Get out Her window's open. There's 2.
There's 2. Get it.
Oh my god. Oh, one's already in. Oh no, it's not. Quick, close it. Oh my god. This is terrifying. I can relate, not specifically to the window. Having a bear, or why would you even, if you live in an area that has bears, never leave your window open, especially at night while you're sleeping. That's inviting danger. Make sure your windows are locked. Jesus. But I remember the days I used to live in Alaska. Oh my god, you never worried about people, you only worried about wildlife, specifically bears. There were so many bears, there would be grizzlies in my garden. Like, that's and I had this fear. I was always so scared. When I would go outside to walk my dog, I had to have bear bells on and bear spray. Like, what kind of life is that? Not a fun one. I was always so worried that a bear was gonna eat me any day, you know? Supposedly, this is how angels really look. I kind of knew that. I mean, I kind of knew that, like it's fact. It's not fact because angels aren't real, but they're not. How they are depicted isn't supposed to be like, oh, fluffy, like a human being with wings. Like, it's not supposed to be nice and fun. That's why there's a lot of fallen angels, like Lucifer. Lucifer. I'm so used to Joss calling me Lucifer. Like Lucifer, he was a fallen angel. But yeah, they don't look like friendly. They look quite mean, actually. No, that's not him. Okay. Well, okay. This is like one fan art piece that you found of Lucifer. That's not how he looks. There's other, like, more biblical depictions of him. I've seen other, like, depictions of him and more, like, you know, historians have drawn. Not that any of this is real. I like that everyone's like, this is him for sure. It's like, we're living in a made-up world, okay?
Around 11 o'clock, he takes his headphones off at the same time his parents are returning to the house, and he hears his mom from downstairs yell, "Hey Adrian, what happened?" Confused, he runs downstairs and sees right away what she's looking at. Muddy footprints all over the rug. He tells her, "I didn't leave my desk." And then they realize someone must have broken in. They look at the footprints and there's none leaving the house. They're worried someone's still in the house, so they run into the garage, terrified, call the police. Police arrive and they don't find anyone in the house, but they do make a chilling discovery upstairs. The police bring them to the kid's bedroom door, which had been left open all night, and they point to the message written on it in Sharpie. This is the actual transcript of what was written on his door.
I see you forgot to look at the back. You forgot to lock the back door. You seem focused. Turn around. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. F me. Guys, I can't stress enough. Double check your doors. Lock everything. Listen, there's so many people in the world that are more like trying to break in. They're going to check all your doors. You may not know it. You may think, no, I'm safe in my home, in my big house. No. You're not safe. No one's ever safe. Lock everything. If you're in there, even if you're home, like, lock all the doors. There's evil people in this world.
Alone playing video games when he thinks he hears his cat meowing on the back patio, so he goes downstairs to let him in. He sees a deranged looking man standing on his back patio howling at the sky, who then quickly looks at the boy. He grabs a fistful of cigarette butts from the ashtray, stuffs them in his mouth before he starts howling at the sky some more. After the police take the man away, they come back to talk to the boy and his family. Turns out the man had severe autism and lived in that boy's house up until his mother passed away, at which time he was transitioned to a mental institution. He broke out of that mental institution to go looking for his mom, which is how he came back to the boy's house.
That's sad. It's a sad story, but also scary. It's sad like that the boy only knew that home, so he went to look for it. But it's scary for the boy inside who's like, who is this stranger outside my home howling at me, you know? I'd be myself as well. Also, that picture of the creepy person, like that's all skin, that's scary. That's also from the, supposed to be the Russian sleep experiment. That's what that's supposed to be. That also never happened. Well, no, it did. It's unconfirmed. No, it didn't happen. It's fake. It's a story.
Worried no one's going to take her seriously over an apparent ghost in her house, she ends up calling a paranormal investigator. When the paranormal crew arrived, they were actually very skeptical until they heard loud banging in the attic and they decided to go up and have a look. As soon as the two men get up into the attic, one of them screams and suddenly disappears. The other, who didn't have a flashlight, starts using the flash on his camera to illuminate the attic. And he takes one of the most famous pictures in paranormal history. His partner, who was in total shock, had been lifted off the ground and tied to one of the beams. That was the last night the woman ever stayed in the house.
Ugh, so scary. I don't like that. I don't like it. Are we sure it's a ghost? It looked like a person to me, although the person went flying across the room. That could be anything. Who knows? What do Ed and Lorraine Warren have to say? The phonies. If I'm ever getting a home, I'm gonna have someone go in and look through the whole house to make sure no one's in there for me, and then I'll have a priest come in. Actually, no. If a priest comes in, it's gonna get haunted, because priests invite demons. It's best just to stay clear of it altogether, you know? And that way you'll never get possessed.
The city that could fly. There have been many sky-based unexplained events over the years, and this is one of our favorites that have ever been captured on camera. In the sky above China, an entire city just floated on by. As one does. It's not every day a city takes off into the air. In fact, it's such a crazy notion that it's long been explored in fiction. Countless animes and mangas have featured flying cities. Magneto built one for himself in the X-Men comics. And the floating city of Asgardia is a key part of Nordic mythology.
Yeah, that seems suspicious that there's a city all the way up there. Did anybody investigate this? I feel like people have drones, you know. They could have sent up a helicopter, a little plane. That is nuts. You have to have kind of like a lot of blind faith that the world isn't an inherently terrible place to like see a flying city and be like, that's not gonna crash on me, right? Because I would see that and immediately assume like, however that got up there, it's not staying up there. I'm getting millions and millions of tons of concrete and brick on top of my head this morning, and there's nothing I can do about it.
This video, the unknown individual who took the footage spotted a woman lingering by a bridge in the dead of night. Already, there's a mystery. Who is she? Why is she lingering at the bridge edge? Why is she wearing such a breezy dress on a cold, dark night? Surely, she's freezing. But pretty soon it becomes clear that her ability to withstand chilly weather is far from the most unexplained thing at play here. As she turns to the camera, it becomes clear the entire bottom half of her body is missing. The woman's legs appear to have gone for a midnight stroll and forgotten to invite the rest of her body.
What? What are you talking about? I don't see any of that. Is it like, are we just seeing like the bottom half of her for some reason? Is that what we're looking at here? I haven't a gosh darn clue. This seems strange to me. I don't know. I don't know if I get this one. And I don't know if I get why he keeps putting like that text on screen, like Dark Knight and Midnight Stroll. And the music doesn't seem to fit it. It seems like very heroic, like triumphant music. And we're looking at a woman cut in half at a bridge side in the middle of the night. Hello everybody and welcome back to Top 10 Central Dark, your place for all things horror. I'm your host Keegan Hughes, and today we're taking a look at some scary, unexplained events caught on camera. Lots and lots of these, and they are quite hard to explain. Let's get to it. Oh, put it in reverse. Pedal to the metal. You gotta get away. Oh, it's flickering. Yeah, she's motoring. Oh, he's going, no, in reverse. This is a classic. This is like a purported witch, right? So good. I feel like we missed a lot of the best bits where the guy behind the wheel or behind the camera just starts screaming and she starts hustling. Like she takes her cane and she, kicks out her legs, gets all the lactic acid moving and starts just like hustling. Like she's going at the camera top speed. And the guys in the car, like even though they're, in the schwip and should be able to get away with no problem, like they decide that they just forgot how to drive entirely in the middle of nowhere. Like it's not like you've got to like avoid traffic or anything. All you have to do is slam it in reverse and whip around, but no. They just scream and drive poorly.
Right from the beginning, a lighted orb races across the screen, following the contours of one of the sofas. Later in the video, another light streaks across the top of the screen, looking like a will-o'-the-wisp. Shortly thereafter, a transparent figure descends the staircase, walks past the sofa on the right of the screen, and goes right through the door to the left.
At first I wasn't buying it. I'm like, okay, yeah, we saw some dust specks fly by the camera, but then the transparent figure showed up. So maybe the first two weren't as unbelievable as I thought. Maybe they're all connected. What do you think? He's up for a midnight snack? The ghost just comes down the stairs, as it thinks like, oh man, I remember sitting on this couch years ago, before the accident. I wonder what they have in the fridge tonight. And then they go and it's like, oh, great, carrots. Back to bed, I guess. Back to ghost sleep.
Shows two pieces of outdoor gym equipment moving on their own. The seats and overhead bars seem to move without cause. While the seat on the left begins to lose momentum, the right side of the machine seems to speed up as it contracts up and down.
Wow.
The leaves on the trees aren't moving. If there were a wind strong enough to blow iron playground equipment into motion, the leaves would at least be rustling. More likely the boughs would be bending, if not breaking.
Yeah, no, that's just ghost pumping iron. What do you want? Like, they're just out here trying to get some mad ghost gains. It's tough, when you're transparent and dead to really, get yoked. But, they're doing their darndest. They really want to get shredded in time for summer. The guy on the right, though, is going, so much harder. Like, his buddy on the left is, he's there because he got invited. Guy on the right is just, going in ham. This guy chugged his ghost protein shake. This guy is probably on ghost creatine. He's just screaming. You can't hear it because he's a ghost, but this is the kind of guy in the gym who's just making the most noise. And that's why it's so dramatic on the chair. He's just he's sweating, he's shaking, he's red in the face, he's spitting everywhere. Oh, it's just a beautiful ghost in the wild.
The YouTuber keeps up a commentary of what's going on. Suddenly, one of the crew becomes excited as a billowy white figure appears at the edge of one of the destroyed structures.
Oh yeah. Oh. In and out, just like that. They just wanted to make an appearance. That's freaky. Where are they? They're by some destroyed structures. Is this like, is it sand? Is it snow? It's hard to tell because it's so like black and white and the light is so stark. Whoever that was, they just wanted to like make a quick appearance, say hey, get caught on camera, and then disappear. They wanted some attention, not a lot of attention. Oh, hello. What was that? What shape was that? Yeah, thank you for the extreme slow-mo. Oh, yeah, no, I don't like the shape of that thing. And it looked really smooth, too. It looks like it's just like one like long, like smooth white tube. Is it taking like a big, like funny step, like Monty Python style with its knee bent? Or is it like actually like does it have like hips that have been like pushed back? So it like walks with its legs like way out in front of it, you know, kind of like defying gravity. Either way, gross.
As you can see in the video, one of the boys is just about to open a door right at the top of the staircase when suddenly something spooks the group, prompting them to quickly run away. In spite of this, the group bravely continued to explore the derelict building. And good on them. Look at this place. Large walls covered in graffiti, empty rooms full of junk, creepy noises. I would be nowhere near that place. But as creepy as the place might be, they still never could have guessed what happens next. As the group enter the next room, a dark, headless figure can be seen walking towards them.
Okay, I think I've seen this clip before, but I haven't seen the stuff from the beginning. So like the dark headless figure at the end, it's like they don't even seem to notice it, right? Like they catch it on camera, but it's like when they're walking around to that room, like they don't even like acknowledge that it was there, which is extra freaky because imagine going back and reviewing your footage and realizing that you were within like 5 feet of this dark headless figure just strolling along. Who's to say that it didn't possess somebody? Who's to say that it didn't just like hop into somebody's body and then like pretend to keep going, and that's why nobody noticed it? Now it's just like hanging out inside of your friend.
When asked about the footage, Deano claimed that she didn't notice anything at the time of the filming. It was in reviewing the footage that she noticed something both peculiar and unsettling. It was around about a month later, when watching the footage, that she was shocked to see a ghostly figure running across the field. Was the pitch haunted? Was one of the teams employing ghosts as extra players? The footage of the phantom football player quickly went viral, even making it onto the local news.
That's a great plan. If a team like can bring a dog on and win through Air Bud, why not employ ghosts? I feel like it's even harder to regulate against the use of ghosts in sport. I want to see more ghosts in sport, all right? I feel like with COVID happening, we can't, play sports with as much confidence as we used to. We can't have the stadiums full of people in the same way. All of the training camps and the bubbles that have to exist to make sure people are safe need to be like very carefully done. But I feel like if we just employed ghosts in all of our sport, if we somehow convinced ghosts that like, yes, you guys are awesome at sports, let's watch the Ghost Sports League. I'd be in. I'd be so in. I would be like a on the ground level supporter. I would give you all of the money to make that happen. Ghost Sport League. Think about it.
When they returned, they were confronted by this horrific scene.
Very Hitchcock, Janet.
Hundreds of thousands of insects can be seen crawling across the ground as the astonished family looks on, unable to do little except film the bugs as they begin to cover the vehicle. The tyres are first to be taken by the insect army, as a small child can be heard crying in the background, clearly disturbed by their presence.
Me too, buddy. Me too. Holy smokes. That's nasty. What do you think happened? You think they drove through the molasses factory on the way out to the beach? Like they just left it there and the bugs decided it was a field day? That's filthy. I would never drive that car again. Couldn't trust it.
The statue seen in the clip is of Sai Baba, an Indian spiritual master who is believed by his devotees to be the supreme god. At one point in the video, the necklace around the statue's neck begins to move. Then, for a few seconds, the statue's chest appears to expand in and out, almost as if it's breathing. Finally, the entire statue falls to pieces.
Maybe it's like one of those like people that gets turned into statues and nobody ever really knew, you know? They like covered a person in plaster. Maybe it was, you know, a very old statue. Maybe there was some seismic activity that went undetected that disturbed the statue's resting place. Either way, that's pretty freaky.
The camera then pans past the foreground's dark silhouetted tree line and focuses on a large cloud in the distance. The cloud quickly changes shape as the wind whips through the treetops.
Ooh.
Suddenly, a large face-like shape starts to appear. It continues to move forwards, almost as though its mouth is engulfing the lighter clouds in its path. While seeing strange shapes in clouds is a well-known phenomenon, they usually require the viewer to use their imagination, at least in part, to fill in some of the details. The face in this video certainly seems different.
Yeah, I think this cloud god is behind the floating city at the beginning. There's no other explanation. They're connected. You can't convince me otherwise. This is my own theory. All right? This cloud god somehow has managed to create a floating city. And then after a long, hard day's work, this cloud god retreats to the forest and just blows huge clouds.